So as you can see, the lights are finally back on. They went off at 6:30 a.m. on July 8th. I'm sorry. They went off. Was it a.m.? Yes. July the 8th, 2020. Okay, I can't talk. The lights from Hurricane Beryl knocked out our lights July the 8th, 2024 at 6:30 a.m. And they just came back on today, July the 9th, 2024 at 6:45. That actually might be a text message from Centerpoint saying services have been restored. I sent my daughter away because I sent her back to the G.O.D's to charge the batteries again because she didn't take the big fat power pack, and to go get some more ice and some batteries for our little fan. But the truth be told is I just had like a mini nervous breakdown, crying and going on and just feeling very tired of living in this world, like feeling like a sitting duck, feeling helpless, being at the mercy of the powers that want to be the governments. And I'm so sick of this shit. As I'm reading on the internet of heat exhaustion, I definitely knew that that's what was happening to me. I couldn't seem to cool off. So I'm on my AARP. I signed up for AARP after I turned 50. They sent me that, you know, certain benefits I can get and whatnot. And I just signed up just like recently. And I was looking at my email, anything to keep my mind busy so I won't go into a deep sleep. And I was just so terrified. I was just so terrified for my baby, for my daughter. Because, you know, she already is a hard sleeper. Like, she sleeps really hard, like, for real. And I could tell that she was actually having some signs of it because she was having a lot of confusion. When she came from the G.O.D's the first time, she went into this really, really, really deep sleep. And I know how this apartment, it can feel like you're literally suffocating. Literally, even if it wasn't because of everybody's lights is out. That's how these apartments are. They just have no ventilation whatsoever. So I was so terrified for her staying asleep for too long. And so I made her wake up. I went and got her some ice. I kept telling her, drink, drink, drink. And, you know, and she was just still confused, acting. And I just got so terrified for my child. So I just told her, hey, we're not going to be able to make it throughout the night without, because she said, Mom, we down on our last 4. These little fans take 4 AA batteries. She's like, we're down to our last 4-pack. I thought you said you already had that stock. So I said, well, you're going to have to go back and then this time charge our big power pack. Because when she was there that whole time, none of the chargers was actually charging the right, you know, strength. And I believe it's literally because why? Of the type of USB she was using, you know, and the little power jack thing. But I really just wanted her to get out of here because I didn't want her to see me go into some kind of a fit of heat. Because like everything that I've been calling around to check on, they're talking about you can only come in and charge your phone and then you have to leave. And it's like, why the fuck do you call it a cooling center then? If I have a car and I know that you have a cooling center that's open 24 hours, and I'm talking about Gallery Furniture on 45, and it says 24 hours, so why in the fuck would I just need to be in there for just 30 minutes? Like, you literally gonna time me. You know what I'm saying? If I have a generator and I want, you know, I need to recharge that like 30 minutes. It just threw me the fuck for a loop, man. And then reading in the ARP talking about heat stroke. and telling all the symptoms and signs. And I knew that's exactly what was happening to me, because my legs just really got a really, really bad cramping going on that I never really experienced that. And I was like noticing that my skin started feeling itchy and burny, like, you know, I'm getting too hot. And this is a symptom of lupus. Like, I can't be in the sun. So even to try to get up and go with her, like, I'm going to be exposed to the sun even much more than coming back into a hot apartment. And I just wanted my baby to get out of here. I just wanted her to get cool. And she's texting me. And I just broke down. Like, the worst feeling for me is to feel like I can't take care of my business. Like, I kept saying to myself, even if you had a car, where would you go? I kept saying it to myself. Even if you had a car, where would you go? And then some says cooling centers. Look online for cooling centers. And then I see gallery furniture. So I'm like, oh, that's great. They always be willing to help people. So I tell my daughter to call them. You know, because I had this strong feeling in my intuition that the lights were going to get cut on today. I just didn't know when. And I just knew I was not going to be able to deal with another night of complete darkness and no air. So me and my daughter just decided that we're going to be real, you know, much more focused on getting things to help us, such as like a charge, like a generator. And I got all kind of shit in the cart, and you know, it's pretty expensive, you know, like $300, $400. So you don't just have that like that. She was worried about the food. I was like, there's not much food in there. So she'll be able to see when she gets back. Like, I threw away the little, you know, anything that was a boxed good that once you took the food product out, you'd have to cook it right away, and it didn't have like a saran wrap. I threw those out because the boxes had just got wet and so I threw those out, those pot pies, those chicken pot pies. But everything else, and some garlic bread. Everything else, you know, it's like I told her, don't worry about it. We're going to be okay. You know, we got sandwich stuff. That's what she went to Jovi's to get in the first place. Some more sandwich stuff and fresh bread. So I said, we'll be fine. I wasn't worried about having hot food, and I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about the heat. It just pisses me off, man, to be living here and having no sense of community. You know, nobody talks to people over here. Nobody talks to each other over here. It's the weirdest fucking shit ever. The majority of people live here is black. People are just roaming around aimlessly, like, and I can't stand the feeling of feeling helpless. Because it's directly connected to me feeling worthless. And so anything that happens in my life as an adversity to further pull me down, when I've done so much work, I was so pissed off, and I just needed a moment to myself. So I just sent my daughter back to the store so I could be by myself. Because I didn't want her to see me breaking down, and she was already feeling, you know, confused because of the heat. That's why I put the fan in the window, because that's how we survive in these apartments. And I feel much better because I got one coming in and the other going out, and I can breathe, you know. It was never about their air conditioning, as it's been documented what the fuck we're going through with their air conditioning. So I just had to get this out. I don't feel like it's the end. No, my baby couldn't even believe it. She's like, Mom, I don't believe you. Take a picture. So I took a picture of the TV. This is why I always talk about living off grid and living off the land. And this is why I be talking about shit like this. to her. Because that's my end goal. And I gotta have the kind of man in my life that believes in this and understands this, and and he wants to be somebody that uplifts other people, to have a sense of compassion, a level of compassion, to have the mindset to teach about community, togetherness, lifting each other up. I'm so grateful for that fan. I am so grateful for that fan. Just like I'm grateful for this little baby right here. I'm grateful. And my old trusty cold rag. I just sent her away. And she's like, well, should I come back right now, Mom? I'm like, nah, just keep on charging up the power block. Let the house cool off anyway, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, about the ice? I'm like, yeah, because we have no ice now. All that melted. And I think it's melting inside of that cooler in there. So it's room enough to put a bag at least in that freezer. But I just don't trust it, because every time the lights would come on, they would go right back off. Ever since we moved in this unit, that has happened so many times. Like, what the fuck is going on? It was so difficult for me to find out who had lights in what area of town, and so I'm trying to like gauge to see, well, if the person say, well, I'm in Inwood Forest or something like that, and my lights just came on, but I'm grateful that I signed up with that Centerpoint alerts, because they let me know. Oh, that was her questioning me. Is it cooling down? Look, she goes, Mama, take the cantaloupe out of the freezer. Is it cooling down? I said, I did. And I'm about to text her what I'm about to say, but she already texted again and said, okay, good. And is the light still on, right? I said, yes. And I put the fans in the windows and turned the side in to bring in air immediately, so I can breathe. I'm telling you, when I bought the fan, actually I bought one of those fans like that at Goodwill. It was brand new. It was like, I don't know, like $10, something like that. And we had it for the longest because we always have air on all the time. And then when we start smelling those odors in the other 1904 apartment, I'm like, what the fuck are those odors? So I'm like burning incense and stuff and looking in cabinets and stuff, seeing, is it a dead rat? Like, what the fuck is it? And then I was like, where's that fan at? And I went and got that fan and put it in the living room. Put one of the fans to blow inward and the other one outward to get that smell out. So, that's it, y'all. And I'll try to edit up these videos and put them out. I know I'm looking like a damn, I don't know what by the head. I don't give a shit either. Once a beauty, always a beauty. Temporary distress is just that, temporary. So I love you guys. I love you guys. Stay in that cosmic wisdom till the next upload here on the Divine Infinite Wisdom Swings. Peace.